offers in products and services through the internet since 2005. He is also the author of the best-selling Secrets of Millionaire Students and Crushing It. He's here today, this afternoon, for a talk, and he'll be sharing with us this interesting topic, making your first million on the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage the Director of News Mentor, Edmund Loh.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon everyone. How are you doing today? Good, okay. So, who here wants to make more money online? Okay, that's awesome, okay. Now, I just want to get to know you guys a little bit better because this next half an hour is not a lot of time, but it's not about me, it's about you guys. Do you agree?
Yes.
Alright, so how many of you already own a business right now of some kind? You're a business owner or self-employed. Show of hands. Okay, that's like half the room, okay? How many of you are currently employed right now because you're working for somebody else? Okay, that does look confident, maybe 10% of you. I heard there's some students in the room. How many of you are still studying right now? Studying, students. Oh, quite some of you, maybe 15% of the room. Okay? How many of you retired right now? Retired, unemployed? You don't want to admit it? Okay, no problem. How many of you will not put up your hand no matter what I say? Alright? Okay, so my name is Edmund, and in case you just know about me today and our study existed to you, I've been doing this business of selling products and services through the internet since quite some time. And actually that's like 2005, so I've been doing this for quite some time. And let me check and see if this thing actually works. Okay, this thing actually works. Alright, now, I think as you can see here, the slides here are not really that clear, they're quite bright. Do you agree? So I'd like to take it as a moment, maybe your future is so bright you need to wear sunglasses. Okay? But I think it's a very good incentive, you know why? What I'd like you to do, even though we don't really have a lot of time together, but if any of you have a laptop right now, you're taking any notes, or you have your phone at the very least, I'm sure you all have your phone, right? I want you to take notes as much as you can in the next half an hour, as if you have paid a lot of money to attend this presentation. Can we do that? Alright, and I think this is the best way you can get the most out of it. So, without further ado, let's not waste a lot of time here right now. And I want to set your expectations right for the next half an hour. Okay? So, really quick, who am I and why listen to what I say? Okay, my name is Edmund. I've been marketing online since 2005, I mentioned that already. And I've sold millions of US dollars worth of digital products and services purely through the internet. And I've also taught hundreds of clients and students around the world, not just in Malaysia, but most of them are usually out of Malaysia. And that's the fantastic thing here, alright? To also pretty much do the same, how they can start an online business and scale it as well. Again, sure, that's something if you're interested to know more about that, do for yourself, alright? And here's the thing, what if I told you you don't really need to spend a lot of money to get started? Would that interest you? Okay, awesome. Alright, by the way, two important disclaimers here. Number one, I'm not here to sell you any false hope. Do you agree with that? Okay, number two, I am not responsible for your results. So whatever I mentioned here is not a means of guaranteeing your income because, to be very frank, I do not know you personally. I do not know what your commitment level is like, and I do not know what you do in your pastime as well. Alright? So there are other factors involved. And the big speakers who came before and after me, they can all vouch that you need to have grit, you need to have some hustle at least, and also you need to be quite witty in how you do your business. Okay? So, hang on. Is that glitch here? Okay, good. So I've been doing this business of selling products over the internet for the last 13 years and there's no sign of stopping. But when I talk about products, a lot of Malaysians tend to think in terms of physical items. You know, you think of Lazada, you think of e-commerce, and that is an internet business in itself. But the business I do is what I call digital in nature. Digital in nature means to say things like e-books, online videos, membership sites, software. How many of you have heard of those before? Show of hands. You have heard before. How many of you first time hearing those? First time? Okay. How many of you are not even sure what I'm talking about so far, but it sounds exciting to you? Alright? So don't worry if this is a very new thing to you, that's totally fine. Okay? Now, I have done presentations and speaking events like this before, but this is the first time in years that I've given a rather short time to to speak about it, and half an hour to be very frank, it's quite challenging to give you everything. So let's just say if someone comes to me and asks, if you were to distill all your years of experience selling products on the internet or starting a business over the net, what would the 3 key lessons be? Alright? So it took me a while to decide what are the 3 critical elements. Are you guys ready for it? Alright, you don't sound ready. Are you guys ready for it? Okay, awesome. That's the kind of energy I'm looking for, right? Level 10 energy. So, wow, this thing's going very fast here. Unless this thing is very sensitive. Okay, never mind. Let's start secret number 1. Okay, secret number 1. Think funnel, not product, alright? I want you to write that down. And don't worry, my slides are not wordy. Wordy as in W-O-R-D-Y, not too many words on the slide. It is deliberate because I kind of saw the room is like that already. I think the people at the back might struggle to see too many words on the slides here. So don't worry, the words are not a lot. However, I still want you to take notes as if you have paid a lot for this. Like really, really a lot. Okay, think funnel, not product. So what do I mean by that? So, you see, maybe if you go back to like 10 years ago, right? If you sell only one product on the internet, it doesn't matter what it is. There's a high chance you can still profit from it. But today, if you try to sell only one product, what happens? Any guesses? Maybe it's harder to profit. Can you agree with that? Okay, I agree with you on that one. Here's why. Because 2 major shifts have happened in the last several years. How many shifts? 2 shifts. Alright. So number 1, the cost of advertising in general has gone up. I want you to write that down. Cost of advertising has gone up. Okay? Maybe last time, if any of you know what is Google AdWords, today is known as Google Ads. Last time you can like get 1 cent a click or a few cents a click, but today, if you don't know what you're doing, most of the time it's going to cost you quite a lot. Okay, and then Facebook Ads, when it started out in 2011, it was quite dirt cheap. Today, again, if you don't know what you're doing, it can be the cost can quickly add up. Okay. But generally that is what's happening because there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of demand, and of course the price will definitely go up. And number 2, in some cases, maybe the case of digital products, a lot of them start lowballing their prices. Alright, I have an interesting opinion on that one. So when the competitors all start lowballing their prices, what is the natural reaction? You also try to lower your price, right? And then the person next to you also try to lower the price, so it becomes a price war. So cost of advertising going up, your product price all go down as well, as much as you could, and in the end, you couldn't make any money or profit for the matter. And obviously, we don't want that to happen. So, my solution to that is very simple. Okay, I want you to think in terms of not just offering one product. I want you to think in terms of offering multiple products. Alright, how many products is it? Multiple. So, I've got a flip chart over here, thanks to the courtesy of the organizers. And I know if the people at the back can't see, don't worry, maybe later you can take a picture of it afterwards. Okay? So, really quick. Doesn't matter what website you have right now, okay? So this website that you have at the moment, chances are you are selling your product. And those of you who are students or you have no idea what you're selling, I want you to think of an imaginary product right now, more important, okay? So, in marketing speak, the first product that you sell is normally what we call a front end, okay? Let's say together, front end. Okay, good, front end, okay? So, whatever product you sell on the internet, when customers buy the front end, where do you send them to after that? Do you send them to a page that says, thank you for your purchase, here it is? Or do you send them somewhere else? Somewhere else, correct. So, this thing, again, this is a huge topic in itself, but I will give you this new idea to some of you today, okay? So, over here, in marketing speak, we call it an upsell. Let's say together, upsell. Alright? So, basically, an upsell is very simple. It's basically either more of the same thing. For example, if any of you are selling, say, supplements, for example, if they bought the first bottle, how would you like to get the next 3 bottles at 50% off? Alright? Are they more inclined to buy some more? And then some of you who are selling an online training program, I spoke to some of you, you have your own online course. Some of you are educators, teachers, practitioners of some kind. Alright? Could this be an advanced course or a follow-up course? So I want you to think in terms of not just offering one kind of offer and hinge your hopes on that. Don't ever do that, because if you do that, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. And at this point, some of you might ask, hey, don't you think it might be a little bit greedy? How many of you feel this is kind of greedy right now? That means you feel a bit guilty doing this. Anyone have the reservation? Oh, that's very good. Don't have the reservation, please. Because I guarantee you, that if you're not offering all these upgrades whatsoever, your customers will buy from somebody else. Do you agree? So why don't they buy from you? Okay? And does it cost extra for you to make this offer? It doesn't, because the customers are already there. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Alright? So that's the first secret. If any of your competitors who are outside this hall and they are not aware of it, well, guess what? You already know something that they don't to begin with. Okay? Number 2. Alright? Traffic, traffic, traffic. Say it together. Traffic, traffic, traffic. Okay. So the thing about traffic here, when a lot of Malaysians think about the word traffic, right? We're always thinking of the traffic jam. Alright? But here in internet marketing terms, when we talk about the word traffic, I'm referring to people visiting your website. Okay, so when you hear people talking about traffic, that's what we're talking about. So I want you to imagine all these people, they are called your visitors, or you can call it traffic in general. Okay, so you are going to be sending them to your website. And traffic is very, very important. I think there's a previous speaker who just talked about getting attention. And I think that's very, very important because attention is becoming a growingly scarce commodity. Everything on the internet, on our browser, is fighting for our attention. Okay? So, when you get their attention, of course, you want to monetize it as efficiently as possible. But there's one thing I did not write on the slide. I should have done it. Okay? And I want you all to write this down. Okay? Very, very important. If there's anything you are going to remember, that one thing, I want you to write this. The money is in the list. Alright? I'm going to say it again. The money is in the list. Very, very important. If you look at all the smart entrepreneurs, the smart marketers, and the smart business owners, they don't just make a sale one time. Do you agree with that? So if you're going to have a website, and you have, let's say, 100 visitors come to your website, and even in the best case scenario, let's just say you are a fantastic salesperson, okay? You've got a 2% conversion or 5%, even though it's quite hard to get a 5% for cold traffic. That means 95% of the people have not decided to take any action and then they leave your website. Do you agree? Do you think there's a wasted opportunity over there and they don't come back? What's the likelihood of them coming back to your website? How many of you think they'll still come back? How many of you disagree? You sure won't come back one? Or you all don't know what I'm talking about. Have I lost you all here? Okay, never mind. Okay, one thing I want you to know that we can safely say is that not everybody will take action immediately. Do you agree with that? So some people might take a time, they might decide, I haven't heard of you before, I might think about it. We agree these are valid concerns, but you don't just want these people to leave your website. What if you got their name and email address, and for some of you who are offline business, you get their phone number? Does this give you another chance to follow up with them? Do you agree? Those of you who are doing sales, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And those of you who didn't know about this is how much money you are leaving on the table because you're not doing it. So when you have a website, please don't focus so much on it being a very nice, fancy website. My websites are not beautiful by most measures, but I can tell you they are functional and they do what they're intended for. If they're not selling, they must at least collect name and email address. And if I were doing an offline business, I will ask for phone number so I can have someone in my team to come and follow up with you. I want you to have that mindset. You either sell or you generate leads. Two very important things. Okay? Now, when it comes to getting traffic, some of you ask, like, how do I get visitors to my website? Now, the good news is that there are many traffic methods today, and there's too long of a list to talk about it in a single session. But, I can tell you two really quick ones here. Are you ready for it? Okay, number one, my favorite, Facebook. Who has a Facebook account here? Alright, who doesn't have a Facebook? No need to be shy, no Facebook. Okay, that means everybody here in this hall has a Facebook account. And do you know that with your Facebook account, you can get traffic to your website? You all have at least more than 100 friends in your Facebook, right? At least more than 100, right? Okay, those of you who are below 100, don't worry, it's very easy to add friends on. Very, very simple. So when you have all this, right, you can start driving traffic to your website already. Okay? And you are taking it to the next level, you can advertise on Facebook as well. Okay? These are some of the great opportunities that's right in front of you. So we are living in a very, very exciting time where it wasn't there just 10 years ago or more than 10 years ago when I started out. Fun fact, when I started out in 2005, when I told people about make money online, they think it's a scam. Right? Because it was a very different time, and the idea of using the internet to create a business or make money was something that didn't capture public imagination, especially in Malaysia back then. So you can say that I was one of the early people who went online. Of course, not the earliest, because there's some more people before me, but I started at a time where you say make money online, people think it's kind of dodgy or it's kind of shady, but today it's not quite like that. So we're living in very, very exciting times. There are more opportunities today than ever before. There are more avenues to get traffic, there's more ways to test your ideas, there's more ways to sell your business. So that's number one. Number two, is what I call joint venture. Okay, it's something that I use a lot in my business, and you can somehow repurpose for yourself. So joint venture, or the word JV in short. Okay, I'm going to write this down here, JV and Facebook. Right, these are my two favorite methods, although there are still more than that. So in this hall that we're in right now, you could be looking at a potential business partner or a potential marketing arm that you can ask them, would you like to promote my offer? And I'll pay you a commission, and I'll pay you higher than usual because I value you as a potential long-term business associate or a business partner. All right. To me, I run an internet business where we sell digital products, and commissions can be at 50% and above. Why 50% and above? Is because the cost of creation, or rather the long-term cost, is not really quite there. You only create a product once, and then we just sell copies and copies of it because it's all virtual in nature. So I can afford to pay my JV partners a little bit better. And who here likes to earn a lot of money? Definitely everybody, right? So do all my business partners as well. So I said, would you like to promote this product? You get 50% commissions throughout the funnel or across the board. So this is how I'm able to get people to willingly and happily promote my products as well. Because to me, I don't mind paying them quite a bit, even if it's more than 50%, because this is money or income I would have otherwise not earned. So I have what you call a better than zero mentality, because these are customers I would have not been able to reach on my own. But someone else is an influencer of some kind, someone else is a leader to this group of people, and through those leaders, I'm able to tap into a database which I had previously had no access to. Alright? And even better, we call this warm traffic. It means to say people talk good about you. It's easier that way, right? When people tee you up, compared to you going to other people and say, I'm a super expert and things like that, and people might look at it like sort of display going on. But if a friend you trust, alright, or rather a friend speaks good about you, alright, and they trust that friend, would it be easier for you to sell and close? Do you agree with that? And that's exactly what I'm talking about here. Alright? And on to the third secret, right? Build systems and not just focus on making money. To illustrate this case a little bit better, some of you might already know this by theory, or you might even experience it, but I want to illustrate an example. So I've got a good friend, he's an Australian, and I consider him to be the best salesman I know alive. Kid you not, he can speak to a room of people like this, and he can get like 80% of you to buy something from him on the spot. Alright? And I saw him in person at one time at his own event in Pattaya, Thailand, where is it even possible to close more than 100% conversion? Because he helped an American man to sell off the seats to an upcoming cruise, and not only he closed everyone in the room, he even got them to get their family members in as well. So there are people outside the room who are not aware they were actually being sold in as well. How cool is that? Alright? But despite him being a fantastic salesman, and I give him that, one lacking part is that he is the system. So when he is sick, or when he goes through like some kind of like personal problems, or to the hospital and things like that, will the income stop as well? Yes, it does, because he is the system, even though he's a fantastic salesman. Alright? But the moment he doesn't do the selling, the moment the income stops as well. And I think we can all agree we do not want that to happen. So if you ask me personally, I'm not a fantastic salesman, alright? But what I like to think I'm good at is that I'm good at creating systems so that it makes money even when I'm not at a computer or even while I sleep. How many feel like the idea of doing the same thing? Alright? And this is very, very possible because there are systems out there that allow you to do it for a relatively nominal cost. You don't have to spend hundreds and thousands of ringgit to do it. Alright? So that can be just as low as a few hundred ringgit a month even, or less than that. Okay? Now, the subject of systems in itself is quite a broad topic, and afterwards I'll be joining the panelists for a Q&A session, so I'll be opening the questions to the floor afterwards as well, along with my fellow panelists. Okay, but there's one word I want you to take away from this when it comes to system, is the word autoresponder. Alright? Say it together with me. Autoresponder. Alright. This is very important, but this is the difference between a business owner and a normal casual webmaster. Alright? Because anybody can start a blog spot or a WordPress nowadays, or start some kind of free weeks or weekly website. But if you want to know the hallmark of a true business owner, you need to have an autoresponder. So what is an autoresponder? Alright? I try to keep this as layman as possible, but this one word you can't escape. An autoresponder is basically a mailing list management system where whatever leads you collect, you are able to put them into a database, and you can email them or reach out to them at any time, and legally as well. Because nobody likes the idea of being spammed. Do you agree? Do you all hate getting spammed and getting phone calls from people that you didn't give permission to? You all hate that, right? So do I. Alright? But when you have an autoresponder, and of course you create the proper context that people agree and they want to be on your list. That is what I call permission marketing. I want you to write that out. Permission marketing. Okay? Permission marketing, very important, because if you want people to follow you and buy from you, most importantly, you need to first of all obtain a permission. Very, very important to me. Okay? That if you want to build a successful business, you need to be able to get permission from your, what I call your followers. I call them subscribers, prospects, or even potential customers and clients. So again, it doesn't matter whether you run an offline business, you could be running a consultancy, real estate, maybe you are a coach of some kind, author, speaker, trainer, and some of you would like to have your own online courses, programs. You want to teach a skill and you want to charge a fee for it. Okay? Or maybe some of you are a service provider of some kind, that you are giving a service and you expect to get paid a retainer fee of some kind. So all this begins with having a system in place and permission marketing. Alright? So everything I just described to you is what I've been doing for my business in a nutshell for the last 13 years, and I have of course perfected them and improvised them along the way, and I always improve them. Alright? So I'm going to sum it up real quick. Number one, think in terms of funnel, not just one product. Okay? Number two, traffic, traffic, traffic. Very important. And I want you to add this part if you haven't done it just yet. The money is in the list. Okay? And number three, build systems and not just focus on the money aspect. Alright? Nothing against making money. I mean, that's why we're all here in this hall today. We all want to make money, and so do I as well. Okay? But I don't want you to just be carried away with the money-making aspect and you forgot to build a system. And that's what's happening with a lot of self-employed right now, because they are the system. Or rather, when they are down, or when they have to attend to some problems, the income stops as well. And I think that is the worst nightmare that any business owner could experience. Okay? Now, there's a lot more I would have loved to share, but due to time constraints, I can only share this much. Alright? Now, here's an interesting thing again. I just want to ask one more time. I want to be very sure. Who here is interested to take their business onto the internet? Just show of hands. Alright? Okay, some of you. Alright? I understand because this group is quite diverse. We have people from different disciplines, different backgrounds. Some of you are students. And by the way, just a fun fact. When I started this business, I was 18 years old at the time, right out of high school. So I can kind of like resonate quite a bit with some of the students here. And I'll tell you this, to those of you who are studying right now, just the fact that you're here in this hall today has really put you several steps ahead of your peers who are not here right now. Because my guess is that your friends are talking at the mama, or they're talking about some kind of nonsense at the moment outside, alright? And let's not stop over there. When you excel in this business, or whatever business you want to be in, I can almost guarantee you on this one, you'll know more than your college lecturer. Almost. Because if your college lecturer who's teaching marketing and business knows what you're sharing here today, I can almost promise you they won't be teaching you in college, they'll be running a business themselves. Because we're talking about business within theory and being practical. By the way, I'm not saying this is not for anybody, I'm just calling it for what it is. Okay? For those of you who are interested here, okay? I know my time's almost up, is that correct? Okay, just a little bit. So, what my interest here is that I had wrote a book called Crushing It. That's what the MC had mentioned just now. And the book is currently only being sold in the bookstores in Semenanjung, Malaysia. I don't think the books are even here in Sarawak. And today, or rather yesterday, was my first time here in Kuching, by the way. My first time here ever. Okay, so for those of you who might want to learn more, okay, here's my special for you at the moment, okay? So, I want you to write this down, or maybe you can just go online. I want you to go to the site called crushingitbook.com, alright? crushingitbook.com. It's not on the slide, okay? I just thought about it right now. crushingitbook.com. Now, when you check it out, okay, the book crushingitbook.com, when you check it out, the book is currently being sold at $38.80 in Semenanjung, but on that page itself, you can get it free. Alright? It's a physical book, it's not an e-book by the way, it's a physical book. The only thing you need to pay is just a shipping fee to over here. Are you okay with that? Alright? If any of you are interested to get a copy of the book, just go to the site crushingitbook.com. It's 231 pages, and I describe even detail on how anyone who start a business on the internet, basically what I've been doing all this while, from beginning to end. Alright? The only thing you need to pay for is just a shipping fee, that's about it. And I'll send a copy of my book from my office to your doorstep. Like the sound of that? Okay? So consider a gift to you in a way, alright? Now, on an ending note, I understand that some of you are running a business of some kind. I mean, some of you are already a business leader or an industry leader already. And I want to let you know that you have my respect, and I look up to you guys as well. And I know some of you have talked to me in private before, like yesterday night and earlier today, that even though you are good at what you do, but when it comes to the internet aspect, you're not really well versed. And I can understand that. It's always been a misnomer to call it a young person's playground apparently, but that's not quite true, because I know people who are old enough to be my parents, right? But they're very well versed with the internet business. So age is not a barrier over here. You can be a young at heart, and you can still succeed in the business. And I just want to let you know that. And those of you who are looking for a possibility of working with me on a digital marketing aspect, it's already on the slide here right now. You can find a way to talk to me afterwards, or edmundloh.net/call, and then we can discuss. Okay? So that's about it for me today, and I hope that, okay, first of all, have you learned something new? Learned something new. Okay, awesome. So I'll be joining the panelists afterwards, and I'll talk to you guys again very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Edmund Loh, ladies and gentlemen. Edmund, may we kindly request you to remain on stage. Take a seat, make yourself comfortable, as you'll be joining the rest of our panelists for our third forum session. Ladies and gentlemen, may we also invite on stage the Executive Director of iPrima Media, Sean.